not paid for the, I'll just, oh, okay.
Go ahead.
We need to get a new, the other Carrie told us we needed to get a new number, right? A number,
Well,
new chapter number?
She said something
But
about,
we have I've paid for the last 2 or 3 years, but we haven't followed any of, I've paid, but we haven't went to contests or anything like that, you know?
Hi,
So-
Alina. We're chatting things specific to Walsh right now. So let me check, Denise.
So I need to pay for this year. We'll pay
Well,
this year for one thing.
I think what she said whenever we were doing our because we have our 1-year deal that we need to make sure we get everything done right this year.
Mhm.
That we needed to do a new
chapter, right?
new chapter something or other, but we already have a chapter ID, so why would we need to do a new one other than maybe doing a new level because we might have more kids?
Yeah, we will probably have to do a different level. Like we were
You're
red,
blue, and I
blue.
think you need to do red or something like that.
So that's
what's the name of your school? Is it just Walsh?
Yep.
Yes.
Walsh School District, probably.
So it looks to me like last affiliation date was 5/2024.
Last year, yeah.
No,
That was a late payment, by the way.
3 months ago.
Well, Miss Jones was sick last year, and
That's
so
okay.
nobody knew to pay it, so
It never
Did
got
it,
paid. So
yeah.
I whenever we figured it out, when we were talking to Carrie from CCCS, we just went ahead and paid it. I don't know if I even needed to, but we usually
Yeah.
pay it like before way before then.
That's totally fine. And what it's looking like to me is that you guys do have a chapter number, but you need to go in to the National TSA and select your membership type. So that's the red, blue, white cap thing.
Okay.
Yes, and I think that'll change this time. So will that change our number?
I think we'll have
No.
more kids this time.
Okay,
so.
we'll have
your number will
kids,
stay the same.
We'll have to change the level, I think.
Okay.
We
So
know
then you
how to
should
do
be
that.
good from there. And if Carrie Ann was talking anything program approval related, that's
we got
specific to Carrie Ann.
Okay, well, we got our
Yeah,
program
that's-
approved. We
that's
just needed to
fine.
make
Good.
sure we had our mentor and that we had something else in order to make sure we did what we were supposed to. So.
Very cool. For right now, I will be your mentor.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Just until I get more OG chapter advisors on board to
Okay.
kind of help spread the wealth, so to speak.
Perfect.
So it looks like you guys are good to go. You're affiliated. There's a Colorado there's an additional $8 outside of what the nationals charges. So it should be like 100, or that's not even 100, but whatever the national fee is plus the $8 for Colorado.
Okay. And can I just go in there? Can we just go in next week and pay that right now and get that
Yep.
out of the way?
And
Okay.
put in all of our kids' names, right?
And we'll list the kids and that'll tell us what level.
And that's
So
a great question too. You don't have to have all the kids right now either.
Oh, okay.
You just need to decide if you're gonna have 10
Oh, yeah,
or, or move up.
We're
the
gonna have
levels.
more.
Yeah,
So
we'll have
we
more than
know we'll
10.
be the next level. So we'll just.
So go ahead and choose that correct level. And then once you know the kids, then you can
Okay.
insert their information.
Oh, okay.
And
The
then,
other cool thing about it is that you can move across the levels throughout the school year. So say you thought you're gonna have 10 and now you're gonna have 20. You can just
Okay.
automatically go in and pay for that extra level.
Okay. And then, the theme or whatever it is for the year comes out, like when does that information all come out? Like that's on the website.
That should be coming
from
out
that.
in the next, I think that was on my weekly wire. Did you guys get that?
I haven't had a chance to read it. This is our first couple days of school, so we've been
Yeah.
running crazy. So we haven't had
No
a chance.
worries.
We're barely here.
So the theme should be out in the next couple weeks if it's not already out. And then PRAM, which is not even applicable to you guys, but that's when all the specifics, the
Mhm.
testing and all that stuff, we don't release it to the advisors anyway. That doesn't come out until October 15th. So when you see that information, if you see it, ignore it because I won't give it to you
Okay.
because then you can cheat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Prep ahead of time. So
All right. So we just need to make sure we watch for it the next 2 weeks, the theme stuff.
That'll come through
all that.
email, right?
No, it's on the website.
But so we'll just keep checking the website.
yep. And then you can also email me if you ever have questions as well.
Okay. Perfect.
The other thing that's changed, and maybe it's not going to impact you guys because you're new, but we are doing a week earlier. Our state conference will be a week earlier.
Okay.
So it's going to be February 13th through the 15th
Okay, Denver.
in Denver, same location, everything else. It's just they didn't have our space this year, so we had to move
Okay.
earlier.
Well, I guess that all that location
online,
come
yeah.
over, yeah.
I have
Yep.
to.
The
hopefully-
call to conference is going to be your best friend. That will
Yeah.
be released sometime in October. end of October, early November, and that's really all the details.
Yes.
Here's the name of the hotel, here's how you do your room block, here's the
Okay.
different competitions, which competitions are to early submit, which ones are not.
Okay.
So that'll have, and so you'll want to, it's a big document. So you want to read through it with a fine tooth comb and then read it and then reread it. And if you have
Okay.
questions, ask
Yep.
me.
And there's two of us, so we'll reread it. Like
Multiple times.
both of us will reread it a bunch of times. Maybe we
Yeah.
can make sure we get it right.
And then if you look at each other, go, did you find that in there? And you're like, I will never find it. That's when you send me an email and I'll be like, okay.
Then we call you. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we were talking, I know you're not the approver program person, but both of us have taken on more middle school classes this year, and we really would like to do a middle school group.
Mhm.
And I know we have to create a whole new pathway for that, correct, for middle school, right?
Mhm.
And if we do that, and I know, like I said, I know you're not the person for that, but if we do that this year, they won't necessarily compete this year, but probably next year, we could do that probably, you think? Because I don't know how long it takes to approve a pathway for just adding a middle school. I don't know how long that takes.
Carrie Ann's out of town this week. I haven't talked to her in like 3 weeks, which is crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy town. But let me ask her about how long it takes to approve, because I'm not sure, but as soon as she gets back, I'll put.
Yeah, we think that if
Above
we could get middle school going, we could get them started sooner. We'd be able to have our high school levels better if we can start them in middle school. And since we have a huge middle school group coming through right now, so.
You can even affiliate a middle school chapter
Uh-huh.
to get all the competition information, and they can do a mock. Maybe you're not going to
Okay.
take them to state, but at least you have all that information. They could start practicing whatever their favorite
as a class
competition is.
Okay.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right, we can do that. That'd be fun.
And you guys remind me, where is Walsh?
Southeastern
geez.
corner, almost to Kansas, almost Oklahoma.
Very corner. You can go 30 miles to go to Kansas, go the other way, and you might hit Oklahoma.
Yeah, we're
Very corner.
way south, east of Lamar.
Where do you live?
I'm in Littleton. I'm just 10 minutes.
So you've heard of Lamar, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay, it's 70 miles southeast of Lamar.
I was just trying to think in my head if there's a local. So you're not near Pueblo, are you?
3 hours, 3.5 hours from Pueblo. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a local, somebody that you can do face-to-face time, but I don't know if I have anybody.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
We are the end of the earth.
So maybe I should connect you with Oklahoma folks. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
That's right.
you literally fall off the face of the earth here.
In fact, if you were here, you wouldn't even think it was Colorado because there's no mountains. It looks like Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like we're in Kansas.
Yeah.
If you looked at our scenery. So just so you know.
Got it. I've been through Kansas many times. I have family out in Wichita.
Oh yeah, well then that's us.
My childhood. Yeah.
I have some Denver friends. They still call us Kansas people
Mhm.
because they just thought, oh, you're from Colorado. What part? Is it pretty there? No.
Everybody else gets the pretty. I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, what else do you have for me?
We should've-
I don't know. I think we're just trying to, I think we'll just have to figure stuff out as we go along. Honestly, it's going to be a trial and error kind of thing. I know that we're both I'm completely new to the competition, completely new to all of it. Cause this is my first year doing CTE with this group with TSA. I did FCCLA last year and learned, that was like feet to the fire and learn everything, and a packet of paper, like ridiculously thick, trying to read all of that, but
and they did well. Just
we
so
did
you know,
we did all right.
They went to nationals. I think
so
that's good.
It went okay, and so but learning. So this I think will be the same way. You just kind of have to do it in order to
Jump
figure
in.
it out, right?
Yeah, and if it were me, I think what I would do, especially if I'm first starting because TSA, different from FCCLA, has 90 competitions across middle school and high school. So I would maybe pare it down to what you guys are like, I get this competition kind of thing. Because the kids can do up to 4 competitions over the state conference lifetime. So over those 3 days, they can choose up to 4.
Oh, okay. So each kid can do.
But if they're looking at 60 different competitions and you're trying to help them prep for all 60,
I gotcha.
That's rough.
Pick and choose. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good to know though, that if we have a kid so is it groups or individuals? Is it the same with that too? You guys have groups and individuals, right?
Teams and individuals, and it looks similar to Skills USA, where some of the competitions are not called leadership competitions, but they are. It's things like chapter team or prepared presentation or which are more leadership skills rather than the tech where you're building
Right.
dragsters and things.
Okay.
So you might think about doing a mix of those two.
Right. Okay.
Colorado
And then-
Statesman is just a test.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's just knowing all about Colorado TSA and being able to answer trivia questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, is there like a districts like there is, I guess UCLA has a district competition? Is it, you guys are just state?
Yeah,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, as long as we've been around, we have not put together districts yet.
Okay.
That's kind of, the state officers are like, can we do that this year? And I'm like, you guys have a huge program of work. I would
Yeah.
love to add districts to it, but I don't think that we're going to be able to accomplish it.
It's
So
a
yes, it should be
challenge.
coming. But
It's a
some of
challenge.
this, some of the little pockets like Pueblo does do their own districts and Douglas County does their own districts. So they
Okay.
do a competition prior to state to decide who's going to bring what to state.
Well, and like
But it's not
we're
state mandated yet.
we're so far away from everybody that
That
it's
makes it hard.
like we have Swink, Trinidad, and Springfield, and us. And Trinidad and Swink, they're both like 2.5 hours from us.
Mhm.
So like for all of us to get together, it's like an all-day drive just to do a district. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine what we would be like going to a districts at TSA too if you guys did that, because where would we go?
Right.
Who else is in our corner? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
but I think Lamar has like, I think they do DECA. I don't think they do
I
TSA.
don't think so.
So-
I don't. No other, none of those schools have video production usually.
Yeah, I
Any of
think
my
Walsh
stuff.
is the only one in this corner that does TSA. So I
Okay.
don't even know where we'd go if we did districts.
If we did districts, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's an extra expense, absolutely.
Yes. So,
So
okay.
then just the other thing I want to tell you, and I know Alina, I want to get to you too, because I appreciate you being here, but this one of the state officers initiatives this year is supporting these smaller chapters
Uh-huh.
and newer chapters. So I want to put you guys on the radar, and even if I can't ship them out to you for a face-to-face visit, we can at
Right.
least do a Zoom when your kids are working on whatever, and they can talk to the state officers and kind of learn about what it looks like to be a state officer,
Okay.
and then learn how to be an officer at Walsh.
Okay. Cool. All righty. All right. So I
sounds good.
I think we're good. We're just ready to, I guess, figure it out. So
The next thing we'll do is get our money in. So that
Okay.
part's,
get all that done and
and we'll just
Paperwork
remind
first.
me we'll do that next week and just
go from there.
figure out our level, I guess.
And what we want to do with kids. So,
Yeah, and like I said, don't stress too much about if a white cap, blue cap, red cap, because it can change. So
Okay.
just choose
Yeah, that's
one.
good to know, because I thought we had to know.
Yeah.
No, which is ridiculous. I'm not asking you in August is tough.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then kids change their minds and drop
Mhm.
classes and stuff. So, okay.
sounds good.
Yeah, so we'll just, the list that I can print out from the state website that has all the competition thing with descriptions, that's not gonna change, right? It's just the theme changes, right? Those are the competitions. Is that
Yes, and
correct?
I would actually go to the national website because
National,
we offer everything that's national. And
okay,
then we have a handful of state competitions
okay,
that I don't remember how up to date it is because my state officers were working on the state website.
okay,
There's a handful of state competitions
okay.
that I will release soonish.
Is it the same as, I guess, UCLA, where if you do the state one, if you win, you don't go to nationals, you just win state, right? Okay, but if you do the national competitions, you can go to the national one, or the state competition, you go to the national one. Like
Which is
the-
why I'm paring down what we offer at the state, because it doesn't make sense to me to offer a competition that doesn't lead you somewhere
Okay.
outside of
perfect.
Colorado. So
Yeah.
we still
Yeah.
have some that everybody loves, so we'll keep
Right.
for now.
Right, okay, cool. All right, I think we're
We're
good
good.
then.
Yeah,
So,
you can.
yep,
Yeah, I'll mark you
Yeah.
as attended and we'll just continue to stay in contact. And that's the key, guys. Just keep
Okay.
asking questions.
Okay.
If you get
Oh.
overwhelmed, ask the questions.
What?
the other thing I thought of, she said we had to attend town halls or something like that.
Yes.
When are those? What are those? Like, I couldn't find anything on those anywhere.
So the TSA town halls are basically like this. Sometimes they have a topic, sometimes they don't, but it's all of the Colorado TSA people join. And so you
Okay.
get to hear from these people who have done it for years, or you get to hear from people like you.
Okay,
And so those
Well, how do we hear about?
does
when-
that come in your newsletter or does that come?
It
or whatever you-
comes, yes, it'll come in an email. And my
Okay.
newsletter is
Okay.
actually a weekly wire, so my newsletter is a video.
Yeah,
So it'll be on there too.
okay, cool.
Get the light back on, hang on.
All right. that was the other thing that we have to do this year to make sure we attend all the town halls. So I didn't know when those were, where those were. I couldn't find anything about a link or anything. So
Yep.
that was,
So we'll
okay.
get notified through an
All right.
email.
All right. So that was my last thing, because I just remembered
I
that.
forgot
So.
to, I'm glad you thought of that.
Fantastic.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess that's it. Do we?
All
are
right,
we-
Miss Alina, where are you from?
We'll just listen up. You want to
Totally
listen?
cool.
Okay.
We're gonna listen in.
Okay.
Okay.
Same question.
So I'm at Horizon High School at Adams 12 5-star
Mhm.
schools.
My nephews went to Horizon.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, so you're new as well?
Very, very, very new.
Has Horizon ever had a chapter?
Not an active one, because I got the number from Austin Springer, who left, and I'm basically replacing him. But it wasn't ever used. They pretty much just had DECA and FBLA.
Okay.
And I haven't done any of those because I am freshly new to CTE for math.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
all very, very, very new to me.
Okay. So I just looked you up on the National TSA website, and it looks like you guys' last affiliation date was 2021. And the
Okay.
contact was Alina Rosenbaum. So you can,
Weird, because I just got it maybe a month ago.
I'm wondering, let me ask that question. So full disclosure team, I'm brand new. I started doing this in October. So we all learn together, and sometimes I have the answers and sometimes I know to ask the experts. So I need to see, Elena, if we need to start a new one, or if we want to just use what they used to have and change over the contact information.
Okay.
Does that make
It
sense?
seems like my contact information is already there if it says that, but I also wasn't affiliated with it in 2021, which is weird. I wonder if when they switched it over, it just changed somehow and scrubbed the previous name. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh yeah, I guess it didn't even dawn on me that that's your name. I figured it was, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's me. I just wasn't affiliated with it in 2021.
Ask advisor to verify chapter information. No affiliation invoice found. Default member password, addresses. Let me see what I can update from here.
Because I haven't done the affiliation yet. That's actually what I have up right now. So I had kind of the same questions about what do I put for some of these answers?
Oh, so you already logged in?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what questions do you have?
So for student member password, I'm assuming I just pick a password.
Yep, and
Okay.
remember it, because they're gonna ask for it forever.
Okay. And then I heard you talking about it not mattering whether it's red, white, or blue. Just pick one. I was just picking red. I don't know how many members will be or are enrolled in one or more of the CTE courses.
Leave
Is
it
that
blank.
just an estimate? Just leave it blank? Okay.
Yep. If it'll let you move through it, leave it blank. If not, just estimate.
Does not. Oh, I have to change the password. I didn't realize there were requirements. Oh. Okay, let me see if it'll let me. Move through without it. Yeah, so I can leave it blank.
Oh, good. Okay.
So says I use the following curriculum.
What are the?
I don't know. Engineering by design and PLTW.
Project Lead the Way. Do you
Okay.
use that? Oh, I don't know. Okay, can you leave it blank?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then I think that's it. It says graduation process advances student members to the next grade level or designates as alumni required before a chapter can affiliate for the new school year. Retains student member names and IDs on the chapter roster, preserves ID numbers for students to continue to access the student member site. So it talks about graduation stuff.
Yep, so I would retain the student numbers.
Okay. It was just a notification that popped up.
Oh, okay.
I think that's it then. Then I don't, yeah. So now it's set up. And I can see the account.
Yes. Check.
So I guess my biggest question is, how do I start learning about TSA? Because like I said, I have no knowledge and I've never done like a competitive club like this before.
So I would go to tsaweb.org, just where you went to affiliate, and start looking through all the chapter advisor resources and just start reading
Okay.
through all of that. Another suggestion, and it might be a little bit late in the game for you, but since you're in town, Douglas County does a big regional at Legend, not at Legend, what's the name of the campus? Their big, beautiful campus down in almost Parker. I would suggest seeing if you could attend that as just to come and kind of come and see how that
When
looks.
was that?
She hasn't released her dates yet. Her name is Deb Tauser. But it happens a couple months before state conference.
Okay.
So that'll give you some ideas as far as what it looks like. You can also volunteer to judge. That's really how I learned a ton about the different competitions, is just judging them. So you can maybe or decide to do that and help so you can learn. And then again, like I was telling the Walsh ladies, maybe look at the competitions and choose a handful. Maybe you don't tell the kids, here's the catalog and you can choose any of the 90, because then you have to be the expert in all 90.
So like I know that there was so Austin used to run a club, a robotics club. And the students were pretty invested in it. And I think there's robotics competitions through TSA. So that could be like one of them to focus on and potentially try to pull those students in.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm kind of working with Bobby on it, because Bobby Bastion. So we'll probably try to like combine for like state, just because I'm new and I don't know much and I don't know how many students I'm gonna get. So
you just sparked something in my brain. Bobby's great. She's full of information and she's a TSA super fan. So I wonder if she'd be willing to be a new advisor mentor, and I can just pair you with Bobby. But I'll look into it.
I mean, she's already my induction mentor for new CBS teachers. Like not new teachers, but like I'm new to computer science, so I haven't like taught it before.
Right. Okay. I'll connect with her. I just connected. Were you at Cacti this year, Alina? No?
Oh, where?
Cacti. Yeah, you can ignore me.
Yeah. I'm going to the ACTI conference with her in December.
Okay. Cacti is for the Colorado, just specifically Colorado. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I just hung out with her for a full week in Grand Junction.
Fun.
So yeah, let me chat with her, because she can give you a lot of information. And yeah, she's super knowledgeable about everything TSA. So that might even just be perfect, because you guys are already kind of hand in hand. So okay. What other questions do you have for me?
Anything I need to kind of put on my radar for right now to work on? Because I'm like, honestly, TSA is kind of like on the back burner for me, because I'm trying to learn everything and teach my classes. But is there anything that I should like keep in my radar?
I would definitely, like I mentioned to my Walsh ladies, I would definitely go on the TSA website and start looking at those competitions. Basically what happens is that TSA updates their competitions every other year. So high school is getting updated this year, middle school will get updated next year. So I know there's a couple new, well, there's one new one and there's a change that's happening. And that should be released, I want to say by the end of this month. So just start kind of looking at that. And since you're a chapter advisor now, you can go to the total TSA tab. Let me see if I can get out of here. Share my screen. Which one do I want to share? This one.
Doesn't look like there's a whole lot there.
So this chapter advisor resources, are you logged in, Alina?
I'm logged in and I clicked on total TSA, but there's nothing there for me.
What?
It's a reminder the information contained in the 24-25 total TSA resources is copyrighted and intended to use, etc.
Okay, so it's coming. I like I
Okay.
said, this has changed today, and I'm like, what am I looking at?
Okay.
But like chapter advisor, if you can see my screen, chapter advisor resources, you can see these things. 10 ways to fundraise, advisor appreciation week, chapter meeting agendas, program of work, membership affiliation, recruiting and retaining members, like all those sort of things live in here.
Gotcha.
And then here's your competitions. And I typically do high school competitive event guide, and I do the zip file because you can separate it by.
Okay.
And I'll show you. Let's see. We're gonna open it. Where'd it go? What's thinking? Downloads. There it is. Goodness me. It acts like it's gonna do it. Okay, so like for animatronics, why does it make me want to extract it all? Fine, do it. So I'll just open this first one just so you can see it. So it has, this is the national guidelines. This is what they do at the national level. So when I was talking about the call to conference, Colorado looks a little bit different because we don't have the space that nationals has, and we don't have the judge pool that nationals has. So, but this just kind of gives you an overview of what the competition could look like. And here's my favorite part. It shows you the rubric.
Okay.
So one of the things I'll tell all of you new advisors to pay attention to are these go, no goes. Because we have to be able to pare down the field pretty quickly. So if they do not, let's see, if they do not have, if the skins and shells are not removable, then automatically we're not going to judge anything else. Same thing with battery meets regulations. If that's not checked, we won't evaluate it. Does that make sense? So that's what I would suggest you do, is just start kind of digging into those and get pretty familiar with that. Is that helpful?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And I don't know if animatronics is really what is your yaya, but what
Yeah.
did you say? Digital video? Is that what you mentioned?
Robotics.
Robotics. Let's see what we got. Robotics. There's a robotics competition.
Yep.
I still am not an expert on all of these, to tell you the truth. It's a lot. So when it says pre-conference, that means there are things that need to be submitted prior to the state conference, and those are all done virtually. And again, I'll caution you, these are national standards, and Colorado standards are going to look a little bit different. We're going to have a lot more pre-conference submissions this year than we did last year, because we just don't have the space to do it all at state conference. So here's the rubric. There's your go, no go. And then here's the semifinals. It's typically, semifinals are typically an interview, but that's what the judges will be looking for.
Okay.
Questions?
No. I think that was pretty much it.
Okay. Okay, and like I mentioned to the other ladies,
Mhm.
read that call to conference in depth. Ask questions, just ask questions. If you email me and I don't get back to you, bug me, put it at the top of my email
Okay.
again, because it gets a little bit hairy around November, December, and then it stays hairy until
Mhm.
the end of February, so. But I'll do my best.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. All right, team, I think we're good. Anybody have any more questions? Okay, thumbs up. We will talk soon then.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.